Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of my podcast, Age Interrupted. Because we have a few new listeners in, I want to just really quickly talk a little bit about me and my background, and then we'll jump into today's episode. You'll notice also that I don't have an intro. I don't have 45 seconds of music playing and an introduction and this and that. And that's purposeful because it drives me crazy when I am listening to podcasts, because perhaps you discover one and then you want to binge several episodes at one time. And then it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time for the listener. And so I don't have an intro. We just jump right in. But as a quick review, I am Jill White. I'm a functional pharmacist by training who moved over, got certified as a personal trainer. I'm 45 years old as of this recording. In a few months, I'll be 46. And as it does, age says hello to all of us. But I'm here to talk about how we can interrupt age. It's the name, Age Interrupted, because just because our biological numbers going up doesn't mean that we can't be vibrant, healthy, full of energy, and strong, and just living our best life. So thanks for joining me. Now, I want to talk briefly. Let's start. I know I talked about recovery on episode 5, and I'm not really going to talk about it too much. I just want to say a smidge about it here at the start, and then we'll really fast forward to today's topic at hand. But we were talking about sleep and recovery. And yes, sleep is it is the most important thing for recovery for your body. And here's a great real life example, because earlier this week, I had been burning the candle at both ends, as a lot of business owners do, and shorting myself on sleep, still working out and training, still eating nutritiously, but not getting enough sleep, to the tune of maybe 4 hours one night, maybe 5 to 6 hours and the night following, and then a usual normal night of 8. And I am a person, and I'm not ashamed to say it, my body loves 9 hours. So from the 7 to 9 hours that is often recommended, my body thrives on 9 hours of sleep. And like I said, I'm not ashamed. There's no reason to be ashamed of people sleeping, because we need it. We have to have it to recover. So last night, my body decided it was time to recuperate the sleep that I had shorted it before. And it happens. We have sleep banks, and my bank had gotten low. And you can't really tell if you're watching this on YouTube, but I have a little bit of a rash under my eye right here, because our bodies talk to us, specifically our skin. Our skin talks to us. It tells us what's going on. It tells us when we're stressed. It tells us when it's not happy internally. That's a whole nother topic. We'll definitely dive in, because I'm actually also a holistic skin specialist, because I love skincare. It's like my passion hobby. But our skin talks to us. And for about 2 days, I've had this like rash right here under my eye. I've been babying it, taking care of it, because we can do things on the outside to either aggravate it or not when it's telling us what's going on. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So I knew my body was stressed. Well, this morning I woke up one time and was like, no, I'm not getting up yet. Went back to sleep. I don't know how a couple hours goes by. I wake up again thinking, no, I'm still really tired. I'm going to go back to sleep. And I rolled over and went back to sleep. And then finally I woke up, and I was still tired, but it was getting a little late in the morning, I won't lie. And I knew I had a full day of things I needed to do. So I just lay there for a little while, thought, was in my thoughts, and was like, okay, I'm ready to get up. But when I got out of bed, I was still feeling super blah, super blah. I wasn't really wanting to chat. I knew I needed to eat. I needed to get meal 1 in so it could settle, so that I could train this morning, kind of earlier afternoon, because I have plans for tonight, and I knew I wouldn't work out tonight. Case in point, being healthy and having good fitness is intentional. And I actually will talk about this later. in the episode, but no one is fit and healthy on accident. We're all intentional with our choices and decisions. But anyways, I'm jumping ahead. I woke up just feeling blah. Didn't really feel it. Not really feeling making a great breakfast choice. But that's when we have to realize that the secret to long-term success and making health and fitness a lifestyle is making the next choice you make a good one. Let me say that again. Make your next choice a good choice, a healthy choice, one that aligns with your goals. And that can be applied to every scenario, right? For me, I hadn't gotten off of what was my focus on my goals. I had just woken up not feeling great, right? But maybe you flew caution to the wind at dinner and ate way too much, woke up feeling bloated, full, cranky, maybe had too much sugar. What you have to do is make your next choice a good choice. Kind of like the saying, correct and continue. I've talked about that before. But like I said, today wasn't really about me correcting because I hadn't done anything wrong other than not getting enough sleep. So kind of, but say it with me. We're making our next choice a good choice. And boom, I'm tracking. I had my planned breakfast and I'm back on track. Even though, like I said, I didn't technically fall off track, but using this as a learning tool that if you do fall off track, you make your next choice a good choice, one that aligns with your goals. Write that down, super important. It's a way to make this an actual lifestyle. You hear it all the time. Oh, it's a lifestyle, it's a lifestyle. That's how you make it a lifestyle because no one's perfect. There's no such thing as perfect because even in my program, which I can't wait to tell you about and share with you, we have planned free meals where you can eat whatever you want, burgers, fries, Mexican food, ice cream, right? It's not about never having things you enjoy again, even during the program where you're transforming your body, much less afterwards when you're at your goal and you can even incorporate it in a little bit more. But when you're feeling down, instead of saying, oh, heck with it, who cares? I'm done. You know, everyone cares. I can remember growing up, my grandmas care, you know, in their 70s. Maybe you're in your 70s and you're listening to this. It shows you care. You will always care no matter what we try to self-talk ourselves into believing when we feel like we failed. Okay. So I had planned on talking about the F in my 5-step system frameworks, which teaches people how to make health and fitness a lifestyle for life, like we're talking about. And I'll probably move on to that tomorrow. The beauty of coming to you every business day. But today I want to talk more about motivation and discipline. And let's keep this dialogue around making your next choice a good choice open for today. I really think this is important to dive into and talk about some more. It's worth an episode for sure. Every single person is motivated at the beginning of a new program. We're excited. We're starting something new. Maybe it's a new shiny object in your life, but you're motivated. And no matter what comes at you, you're ready to go and keep moving. The alarm goes off, you get up, you go work out, you make good choices. It's easy. Also, when you're seeing the results, motivation is high and it's easy. But over time, making those intentional decisions that I talked about and choices takes more than motivation. It takes discipline. And we as a society, we've really lost the ability to discipline ourselves, our desires, our food choices, and so on. But don't get me started on society. This is about you and your health. We'll stay focused. But discipline is actually a really good segue to tomorrow's F in frameworks because it takes discipline. And so I might reference back to today on tomorrow's episode, but you are the boss of you. Tell yourself, tell your brain, no. Tell your inner child, no. No one else is going to do it. You're an adult. If you want to turn into that fast food restaurant and go through the drive-through, or you want to pick up that candy bar from the vending machine or the gas station every day, guess what? You can. You're an adult. No one will tell you no. So that's where discipline comes in. It's funny, I'm going through something kind of similar to this with my son right now. My middle child is brand new adult living out of the house. And, when he was growing up, we struggled with food and food choices and making the right decision. But as he's growing, of course, you don't put a child on like a stricter nutrition plan. We just encourage healthy foods. But as he got older, he would start going to restaurants more on his own, fast food, of course. And now that I'm not there to like chastise him or whatever you want to say, now he has that freedom that he didn't have before to make all the choices he wants. If he wants to eat an entire block of cheese at one time, he will straight off of the block, not making that up. Cookies, pizza. He has to find his own inner discipline because I'm not there anymore. And we all have to do this. We all have these choices every day. So when motivation lulls, and it will, guaranteed, I promise, no matter how motivated you are at the beginning, your motivation will lull. You have to tap into your own discipline. So let's expound on that word, right? Because sometimes we hear it called willpower. And I don't like the word willpower. Willpower to me has a negative connotation that's kind of judgy. Like you're not good enough if you get off your eating plan, which, like I said, my program, you're allowed free meals, or if you miss a workout, it's okay, you correct and continue. But in how we're used to talking about, oh, I didn't have the willpower to say no to those cookies, right? It's judgy, it feels negative. So I don't talk about willpower, I talk about discipline. Because willpower and judging ourselves is not what my podcast or what I am about, right? We are all good enough, period. And this is a lifestyle we're working on. So remember, we are enjoying the process because it's a lifelong journey. The process never ends, even when you get to say the desired goal weight or physique look that you're looking for. That's still just the beginning of your process. You've gotten there, but you have to maintain, and maintaining takes that lifelong commitment that we're talking about. And like I mentioned, even grandmas and great grandmas care about their weight and trying to be fit or look a certain way. So don't tell yourself it doesn't matter, because it does, and your health matters, and you're worth it. So we have to flex our discipline muscles. Okay. Yes, discipline is a muscle. And the more you are the boss of you and your unhealthy desires and your choices that are off plan or skipping a workout, the more you flex that discipline muscle, the easier and easier it gets. I promise. And it really is a cycle. So as you continue on the path of discipline, and when I say discipline, I do not mean a crazy unhealthy diet or like not eating or over exercising, both of which are completely contradictory to my program. Like I said, we eat several times a day and we only work out 3 or 4 times a week, right? They're both about life balance. It's a lifestyle, but I digress. As we continue down the path of discipline, we will see results. And those results then will be motivating, and we'll get motivated again. So discipline will be even easier because A, we've been flexing that discipline muscle, and B, now we're seeing and feeling results. And when I say feeling results, it's really what I mean, because sometimes it's about how you feel getting out of the car. It's easy. You feel like there's a pep in your step. Or it could be how you feel that your pants are fitting a little bit looser, right? These are called non-scale victories, NSVs, non-scale victories, because they have nothing to do with the scale, the number that you see when you weigh, but they're ways to feel or to see that you are making progress in your health and fitness. And honestly, they're my favorite, because the scale it's going to scale. It's just going to do its thing. And we're not obsessed with the numbers because people can look completely different because they have recomped their body, done a recomposition, lost fat, gained muscle, maybe have a 5 pound difference, but look like a different person. So though the scale is a tool, and I think that's a whole nother topic we can dive into and do an episode on, we want to see how we're feeling in these non-scale victories. And they are also motivation as we go through this cycle of discipline, motivation. Now, discipline has to be constant, right? It's going to be a constant in what you do, while the motivation will come and go. And it's like I said at the beginning, motivation's high, and it'll be hills and valleys of high motivation, low motivation. Oh, look, the number is doing what I want it to do, which we can't help it. We still look, right? And then back to lower motivation. But it's about the consistent discipline that we keep, because we said we were going to do this and we're going to be true to ourselves, and we are the boss of ourselves. We can do this. So we will have that discipline and follow through. So I'm excited to bring F tomorrow following this episode on discipline and motivation, and a little bit of real life experience and recovery that, you just have to listen to your body. And that's important too in this journey that it is of lifelong health and fitness. So until next time, remember, enjoy the process because it is a lifelong journey. See you tomorrow.